know how to zoom in and everything?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, stuff is perfect.
Oh, sir, stop it.
Sorry, all right. No, but seriously, zoom in a little bit. Only because I just get. All right, so first of all, welcome. Everyone's here. That's great. This is our last class. Everybody say "aw." Anyway, but so what we're going to do is we're going to review not just bits of your pieces, right? Because what we do is we have a big, well, I have a big editing schedule after this is all over. But you're also going to see examples from some of the other videos that people have been taught how to create. Because the intention is that this is all a part of what we call the Loop Project, which is Liverpool's own online platform. So you guys are our alpha class, you know, where you represent like not just schools, but young girls, teenagers involved in the Loop Project. We start Friday with St. Hugh's. Primary kids, way younger than you, bet you, wow, their minds are gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
We also went to the Unity Club on Dove Street, right? So we had some young people there. And then we also went to the Hector Peterson Court with the elderly, yeah? Even though I'm part of the elderly now, I guess.
Me too, son.
Okay, thank you, man. But even more elderly than us.
Is that possible?
I know, I'm sure. And I might show you some of that as well. Because remember I asked you to participate in what I call the Brave Conversations film, where you had to ask questions and answer questions. I went to them to be able to try to ask you those questions, and then we're going to put the two together. Now, also, what you'll see is an example of what we call the cartoon effect. Because of young people, and this is hopefully an old way of thinking, but because of young people being involved in YouTube and everything like that, you know, automatically parents get scared, right? What could happen? But hopefully when they see some of the discussions that we have participated in, they have nothing to worry about YouTube. There's a lot of other things that they have to consider. Mainly is their awareness, right? Even if you choose to not tell your parents everything, which you guys are good people and you do tell your parents everything, the point is they're not asking you any questions, are they? You can let you say it. No, you shake your head. Are they asking you any questions?
Have they asked you any questions, girls, about sessions when you go?
No, about your activity on the phone and online and everything.
No.
Not really, no.
Occasionally.
Yeah,
What I'm on what social media platforms I'm on, but that's what
Oh,
But pretty much they're asking you only kind of like, you're always on your phone all the time, man. Right? What are you on? Right? They're not asking you like, so let's have a sit down. So exactly, what are you on? How are you being safe? Are you being careful? Are they asking you those kind of questions?
no, but I think
Do they-
because they trust me.
I was just going to say that, I think reached kind of a level
Yeah, because
plateau
they
where
used
you
to.
kind of know and you know where
When
you're
I was
going.
in year 6, like other like on like Instagram and Snapchat and stuff, then they gave me an account then to see what I'd be like when I get into year 7 when I wanted more freedom, so they can check the account and what's going on the account. But like when I get into year 7, I can have freedom.
Right.
But Amelia,
You're very inadequate there, Amelia.
But Amelia, the importance is that even if they do that, it still is about their own particular awareness, isn't it? Like, asking you what you're on is one thing, but having a discussion about it is another, right? We had that quiz, the Sheraton quiz, where we would try to test how much your parents, you know, like, know and how involved are they in sharing your pictures online and all that kind of stuff. And even though you guys won, right? I don't know, Kim wasn't on when you won. It's like, yay, you guys won. But the thing about it was the fact that, like, it's not their fault. This is not me saying it's your parents' fault. It's about awareness. So when we talked about your own school, which is a great school, they have a great safeguarding program, but you also mentioned that when you have, IT, and you do have, a day on online safety, what was your opinion?
we don't really get that involved.
Just be dead honest, girls.
It's
Yeah.
more
It's like the
we're
teachers
learning
just
about-
read like stuff off the board.
Yeah, and we're learning more about strangers contacting us rather than like things that go on with like your friends and stuff.
So rather than like reality of the stuff you use,
Yeah.
so we need to raise that awareness. Don't we?
Exactly. And again, this is not causing blame. This is not saying that your teacher is not doing it right. It is about the fact that the schools have usually taken a stance where we'll avoid it. Like, we won't allow you on YouTube, right? We won't allow you to do this, and everything will be fine. But as we will see from this course, that's not exactly the case. Because you got your phones, you got your activities, and the activities go way beyond YouTube, go way beyond Facebook. You know, with the different social media apps that are out there. So having these conversations that we had in only like 4 days was, well, I can say what I felt was, but what did you feel it was? Was it enlightening? Was it
Was it good for you
Was it good for
to-
you? Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Seth.
No, but we're
Are
trying
you
to get them
thinking
to talk.
from the girls' perspective?
Exactly.
Because of kind of, you know, we know each other. But was it like, did you find it better that you could just be honest about like the stuff you use and how you use it and what you feel like when you're using it, and then if you could give any advice to anyone else? Because don't forget, Sarah's impartial, I'm impartial, I'm not your mum and dad. I might be different having a son sat in front of me, but you know, it's good because it's quite refreshing for you guys and for us, and it will help.
Yeah. So we really need, that kind of evaluation of your feelings around that. You know, has it been eye-opening, or has it been positive to be able to do all, like sharing and the discussion around it? Right? Head shaking, head shaking. See, this is what happens when you're at the end of the program. Yeah, it's the only time we can actually review it. Now, let me also just say, this is not asking you to stop doing what you're doing. We had a big fun experience talking about house party, didn't we? Shanae.
I still don't.
Shanae. Shanae. But we had a good time talking about house party. But what I'm trying to say to you is, it's not just you. In another group, same thing. Same type of girl, but this she's 11. Talking about her experiences on it and how much she enjoys it, what's wrong with it, and all that other kind of stuff. And we're not saying anything's wrong with it, we're talking about the possibilities, which is what your teachers are talking about. But you don't have to continue go down into the darkness, right, and having those discussions. It's just about being aware of how to be safe, right? And that's what we're talking about. So you guys had some, I looked at a piece of the video from last week where you guys were talking about that phone app. Find Your Friends or whatever it was. You mentioned it. What's it called again?
Found Friends, like,
It's like on the phone though.
yeah, it's on your iPhone.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be to like locate like other iPhone users, but it is like a clever way to be able to like locate where your friends are.
Yeah.
If they've got an iPhone.
Yeah, it doesn't work otherwise. But like I said like last week, my cousin used it when our friends go on like dates with people that they don't necessarily know well. So if something does happen, they can give it right to be like, right, this is where they're last.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And I mean, that was a great conversation. I came into the middle of that discussion, and then this was, you were talking about something about
What was the other
when
thing?
you were talking about when there's a thing where you could go to certain pubs where like you tell the bartender like if you say how.
Karen, whatever it was.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
how I've
signal.
seen that. Well, that's great.
You can also like order a drink as well. Like in America, this one is like if you go over and you ask for a certain drink, they'll like
Know that you're in.
There's
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah. I thought that was fascinating. See, that's what I'm just trying to say is that I've learned a lot from you in this course.
I think now especially, sir, because it was different to when we were kind of going out dating or whatever, but the girls, they will be putting themselves out into that
Yeah.
media world and that's how people are meeting, aren't they, on sites. And
But you're already out there. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I'm trying to say is like, you say you're 14, I'm talking to, in another class, girl who's 11, I'm gonna go to a primary class where they're even younger. So that's the main thing about it is everything you say is important to everyone else. So, last thing I'll say about that is that like, as you know, well you don't know, but the idea of this project was to be able to share your stories and experiences, you know, to share the learning of all of that, you know. And when I talk to Miss about setting this up, you know, that's why there's only a small group, so that way we could do it in a small chunk. So that way, you know, your parents were asked permission and everything like that. That's not me.
Just do silly emails.
Yeah. So the cartoon effect, you know, we're utilizing for different conversations of what people say, and then there'll be small little chunks of conversations. Probably long videos of the lecture because I just like seeing myself and everything, and your podcast, right? They will go into what is called a playlist, right? So what I have up here is an example of one of our other projects, Four Wings, which is a program for women living through domestic violence, yeah, and everything. So it's a support group network and everything, and but they're also women from different countries as well. So like in that fashion though is that they wanted to do something fun. They wanted to, you know, create a social media channel and then to be able, you know, like to be out there. Now of course they have a lot of issues. Some are still in court cases over their children. Some are in hiding from their partners and everything else like that. And so what we, you know, explain to them is with the podcast that like there'll be people in front of the camera like you were, and then there'll be people behind the camera, you know, so we can do like a call in, and then, you know, so we don't have to break that confidentiality. But this is not about who I am and what my experience is. It's about empowerment, right? Self-expression, confidence building. That's what this program is about. So doing YouTube is great because the average person can feel like a celebrity in a way, because they're on a channel that the possibilities are endless to be seen, but they also can be private. So they could be unlisted, they could just be sent to particular people and everything, but they will be, you know, pretty much designed like this. So, you know, ask school to participate in that.